Happy Friday! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another brand new YouTube video. Let's get the day started. First things first, starting this video by showing you all our current status of my house. It has turned into a warehouse. We still have stuff from the old house that we need to bring over. This is pretty much a ton of stuff from the new collection drop. Our entire pool table is full of clothing, which I'm really excited about. We have a ton of long sleeves, 3D embroidery shirts that you guys saw, and our victory collection, all of which are dropping September 2nd. Tons of colors. Pedro's on the move with all of this content, and so is Andy, our new photographer, which you guys have yet to meet. I am going to show you how to make the best tasting oatmeal you will ever have. Very simple, 3 key ingredients. Don't overcomplicate it, guys. Do not overcomplicate it, all right? So what we have here is oatmeal. It's your choice, whether you like steel cut oats, quick oats, any kind of oatmeal will do, okay? I like quick oats. I'm going to get 2 servings, which is 80 grams in total weight. Next thing you do, come over here to the fill station, get some water. There's a strategy to this, actually. This is 4 ingredients because you need water. All right, so what I like to do is I like the water to slightly cover my oatmeal. The next thing you do is pop it in the microwave, and I would say we would heat it for 90 seconds. While we're waiting for that, we're gonna cook up some egg whites. Oven or pan is already preheated. We'll cook up some egg whites. We're gonna have egg whites with hummus. We got 5 servings of egg whites. I'm gonna try to go lower in the macros so I can find myself a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Ahaha.
So why can you see it?
Okay, so you got your 2 sources of foods, 1 for protein, 1 for carb. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna flavor it, right? So everything has no seasoning in it, okay? So for the eggs, I love, and if you guys have never tried this, I highly recommend that you try hummus with eggs. So what you do is you cook your eggs, obviously. You get maybe 2 servings. So that's 1, that's 2. 1.5, okay? And then the eggs are hot, right? So it's naturally going to kind of steam the hummus a little bit. So what you want to do next is you want to mix the eggs all up in the hummus. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get some oatmeal, get the peanut butter. I go for about 3/4 of a serving. Oatmeal's kind of thick, so you can't really mix it around right now. So you let the heat of the oatmeal melt the peanut butter, okay? The last thing to do, since oatmeal has no taste, you add your Walden Farms maple walnut pancake syrup. 0 calories. So what you do is you just go for it. Oh, look, it's very gelatinous. I don't know why it's so gelatinous. Okay, so you want to evenly mix this. All right, this looks amazing. Creaminess from the peanut butter, sweetness from the Walden Farms pancake syrup. Oh my lord! Gotta try some. That's it, guys. Healthy fats, high protein, high carb. Keep you full throughout the day. Just got faded. Anyways, just wrapped up. Wait, you want to release it? All right. Just wrapped up a haircut over at the Gents Place. I come here every single week. Absolutely love it. And then we came in, and Juan, which is one of the owners, was like, Pedro, where do you get your haircut at? Because I can't have you walking out the door like that. And so my guy, Juan, he always takes care of me. He always takes care of everyone that I send here. He took care of Pedro today as well. Okay, so after a failed vlog attempt, because the battery died, I guess it's a bad battery, we went grocery shopping, as you can see. Your boy's about to cook up some very scrumptious cheeseburgers. 6-ounce patties. Throw on the cast iron. Whew. Something really simple. Uncle Chris's gourmet steak seasoning. Probably one of my favorite all-time seasonings for any kind of meat. Any kind of red meat, that is. Fire. So all you do is just mix it up. Yeah. I'm not a pro chef, but I guarantee you it is gonna be fire though. That's cooking up. I am preheating the oven to broil high for our breads. I bought some Kaiser rolls from Walmart. These were actually 5 for $1, so relatively inexpensive. It's actually cheaper than pre-packaged breads if you think about it. All of this bread for $1 is actually a really good value. Pop all the breads. This should take maybe around maximum of 3 to 5 minutes. Done. Our bread took, what is it, a minute?
Yeah.
Literally a minute, it was done. So turn out the fire, leave it on the heat, and steam it. Can't forget the vegetables. So we're gonna make this a little bit like McDonald's style. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of sugar-free ketchup. This is 1 carb per serving. The next thing you wanna add is fat-free Thousand Island. Very little, just sparingly there. Yes, sir. And of course you can put on the side to dip if you'd like. I only like putting sauce on one side, so it's not extremely like saucy, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's evenly spread it. Wow. It's almost like a Big Mac, bro. Toasty buns, man. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. All right, so after that, let's go get some meat. All right, so I got my little meat here, the provolone cheese on top. Oh my goodness, guys. Put on the bottom one. 1 to 2 slices of some tomatoes. Add a little bit of romaine lettuce. Boom, look at that. And to top it off, you can get a pickled jalapeno. So every single time you take a bite of the burger, take a bite of this. Should I try it? Camera?
Go ahead.
Try on camera real quick. All right, let's press it down. Soft in the middle, crispy on the outside. This took less than 15 minutes to make, guys. 3 burgers, less than 15 minutes. Today is back day. I know we filmed a back day in the previous video, but it is like 3 days later. So, today is a little bit different. We're focused a lot on pull-ups, variations of with-focused back movements. Of course, we're gonna do lots of thoracic chain overload, but yesterday's leg day I was toasted. So today we're gonna maybe do 1 or 2 pulling movements horizontally. Most of it is gonna be vertically for with movement. So first exercise we have is pull-ups. I usually start with assisted pull-ups to really warm up the rotator cuffs, maybe 2 to 3 sets like I just did, and then I'll move on to body weight pull-ups where I'll do 5 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Okay, so next exercise we have machine pullovers. Again, a second variation of a width control movement. Think of dumbbell pullovers, but in a controlled state and where you're not shaking, you're not having the dumbbell following you or anything like that. Strictly form control. Moving on to the third movement, my favorite back thickness movement, which is zero momentum incline dumbbell rows. Why I like this movement? Overloading your thoracic chain, you're hitting your rhomboids, you're hitting your lower traps, you're hitting your erectors, all while protecting your lower back because it is chest support. Fourth back movement, third width movement is a lat pull down. I never really do this variation, but we're doing reverse grip today. Kind of activate the inner lats, the lower traps, inner rhomboids. Let's get it, 4 sets of 10. Last back movement, but one of the most important, which is why I do it last. You guys know, if you don't by now, back is my actual favorite and strongest muscle group. So what I do is, instead of doing the hardest movements first, I do the hardest movements last. I pretty much reverse for back instead of all my other muscle groups, which is the opposite. Barbell rows, I love doing it on a Smith machine because it is a straight up and down plane. There is no movement other than just you going up and down. You can control the weight. You don't have to balance it or anything. You just pull it up and down, and you can really focus on your proper feet movement, proper squeezing, and everything like that. So 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Okay, so usually I do about 5 to 6 back movements, just depending on the day. Sometimes I feel better, sometimes I feel weaker, because every single day that I do back, the previous day I've done legs, so sometimes my back is a little shot. That's the case today, so I'm sticking it to 5 movements. Sometimes less is more kind of mentality. Moving on to biceps, and then after we will progress to rear delts. But bicep movement, this is, I want to say, the key to how I built my arms, or my biceps per se. Spider curls or reverse preacher dumbbell curls are probably the best isolation movement. It's almost a form of concentration curl, except you have 0 form of momentum. Control the movement, come all the way down, flex the triceps, come up, 80%, squeeze. So last movement that we're going to do today is rear delts. Usually on my shoulder days or my push days, I like to separate, because when you're bench pressing, typically you're hitting your front delts and your medial deltoids. On your back days, since a lot of pulling movements, you're hitting your rear deltoid, your posterior deltoid. So I always do rear delts on my back day. Keep it very, very simple, because a lot of pulling movements, high arched, pulling movements, you're already focusing on the rear delts. So I just do 1 or 2 movements at most at the end of my workout. So we have seated rear delt flies, and all we're gonna do is 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Solid back workout as always. Come in the house smelling like fresh garlic.
We're making some pasta, beef pasta.
The wife outdid herself every single day. Look at this. We got bow tie pasta, which is me and her's favorite. What is this called? Farfalle? Farfalle, mini farfalle with a ton of 96.4 ground beef, marinara sauce, tons of spinach, like a whole box, huh? And green beans for dinner. All right, so we got 2 servings of pasta. What I do is, before I put the sauce in the meat, I'm gonna put cheese in it. I'm gonna sprinkle about 2 servings, that's 1. Usually that's around 1 3/4, 2, fat-free mozzarella. So if you put the meat on top of here, you won't have trouble melting it. Whereas if you put the meat first and then the cheese, you're gonna have to do an extra step to melt it. So we got here, allow it to melt the cheese, and you got yourself delicious post-workout meal. Pedro calls this the Nazi hat. Look at that.